Bill Ripken, Mark DeRosa. I'm Robert Flores. Bill, I was watching this game, Dodgers-A's, I believe it was right here on the network, and one play or one player made me think of you. Ramón Laureano. His team is trailing.
Right.
They're struggling. They're grinded. His work on the base paths really sparked them and made a difference.
Well, I'm glad I could help out because this, I think, is your tape because you were so excited about this and how it happened and why aren't more teams doing this?
Yes.
And so let's take a look, and here's the reason why or why they should be doing it if we can take a look at this. So when Laureano's on first base, right? There he goes, he's stealing second base. Oh, it's all good. But I want to point out something. When we start looking at timing, when he picks up his foot, by the time the catcher catches it, keep this frozen for me, please, Lucas. Get me back to that 1-7, 1-7. You already talked about JT Realmuto today. Number one in pop time, 1.82.
1.82.
So pop time is from when the catcher catches the ball until the middle infielder catches the ball.
Yeah.
That's the pop time. So at 1.82, the best, 1.82 plus 1.70 is 3.52. Which means I might be able to get there. Maybe not today.
Robert, you're stealing that bag.
But what I'm saying is...
Giving you the go sign.
Right. So the story I tell about Kenny Lofton, pretty good base stealer back in the day. He had a T-shirt that said 11 steps, head first dive, 90 feet, 3.1 seconds, stolen base. Now that was Kenny Lofton. I had it down to a science at 3.1. But even average runners are 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. And then you got to have the best in order to get them. So Laureano and everybody else in Oakland's looking at the stopwatch because the first base has it. He clicks it, he goes. So play it forward and we'll get out of this. So anyway, stolen base second. That's fine. He's on second base and he decides to take it. Where's not even an attempt to throw to
They
third
gave
base.
it to him.
Right, and I really want to show you something else. So when he picks his foot up and makes a move to there, it was a breaking ball, so it's longer. But watch this. When we show a replay right here where Laureano's going into third base, Turner's standing right there. He's not covering, so freeze it for me. So what I have right there, right there's good.
Let him go. You think that?
So what I have is let it go.
out?
So now it's organizational. And I'm not opposed to letting a man have third base with 2 outs. Because as you talked about, Maddox sometimes didn't even worry about the guys on base because if I execute pitches, I'm good.
Okay.
If I execute pitches, I'm good. But now you got a man on third with 2 outs, and we can play this thing forward. And you talked about this, Roflo.
Next
Breaking
pitch.
ball in the dirt, run scores.
That's on Bauer, though. He's got to, I know you want to bury that in the dirt, but there's a position where Will Smith is on your knee right there. You can't miss that badly with that pitch.
But the point is, if you're putting everything in your calculations, and we'll freeze that before we go to the next one and talk about the Yankees base running. I understand over the 162, philosophically, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't care. But if you give up, they lost by 1. Mm-hmm. And that was one run where you gave them 90, you gave them 90, that's 180. Then you gave them 90, that's 270. That's my math. And I think it still holds true, even at the University of Aberdeen High.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you're giving up 270 feet just because you want to give it up, then so be it. Does it matter to the Dodgers? Do I pick them to win the division? Absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm. Do I think they can go to the World Series again?
Sure.
Absolutely. Do I think they can win the World Series?
Yep.
Absolutely. But for one play in a small series, you never know what might happen. And I go back to the Braves. Braves had those guys 3-1.
Bad base running.
Ozuna, bad base running when you're winning 2-0. That could have been 3-0, should have been 3-0, and then we might not be talking about the Dodgers winning the 60-game World Series.